So on those customers, before we jumped on, you were mentioning that often it's people who are more familiar with these types of products already. Do you want to just touch on that for us?
Yeah, so we see a lot of people coming into New Zealand from overseas that come to us and say, oh, great, it's so great Dosh is in the market because I used these services when I was living overseas. And so they've got an affinity with the tech and they're familiar with it. They're also probably not growing up hearing ASB, Westpac, ANZ.
Every half an hour.
Yeah, and BNZ kind of, and have that kind of brand kind of built into them and built into their parents, who are obviously, often it'll be your parents who'll kind of take you and open that first bank account with you. So we are finding people who come in from overseas, some of the biggest adopters of Dosh in our customer base, and that's a familiarity and a comfort with these type of services that they've used overseas.
Yeah. Where do you see the future of banking going for, how deep you're in this space? Where are we going to end up, do you think?
Well, I think the days of going to visit your branch and meet with your banker are probably long gone. I mean, most of the young people listening to this probably have never done that, right? When was the last time you went into a branch? But the reality is that those branches are all over New Zealand and they cost a fortune to run. And so the cost of having to do that is when you're getting charged for your banking services, they need to pay off those branches and those people. So there is a model going forward, and Dosh is leading on this, which is digital, which means that it's lower cost, which means you don't get charged as much. One thing I always think is interesting about banking, though, is people go, but I don't get charged. I might get an occasional fee. Now, those charges are all built into the rates you pay, or the rates you don't get paid in terms of your deposits, or the rates you do pay in terms of your home loans, right? So there are opportunities with a lower cost model such as digital to get better value, which means higher interest rates on your deposits, lower interest rates, and more discounts and cashback on your home loans, for example. That is what the future looks like. And I'll give you an example. So in Australia, it's all about the digital mortgage battle at the moment, and it has been for the last kind of year or two. It's customers coming in, getting digital mortgages, which like Dosh, you can apply via a website or an app, and getting faster, better solutions and benefiting from those. And that has become the hotbed of home loan competition in the Australian market. Wow. It's a matter of time before that becomes the case here, and going to see your banker or giving your bank a call is not the normal path of getting your home loan.
And then those rates are cheaper than the Australian banks? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, so they can be, or they can be additional discounts on top. There's an organisation called Unloan in Australia, which is a partner with CBA, which is one of the main banks, the owner of ASB. There's quite a similar offering to what Dosh has got, which is, as you have your home loan via Unloan, you get these additional discounts. That's been exceptionally popular. So for us, it's we look at what's happening overseas, and we think would Kiwis love an annual discount on their home loan? Sure.
Probably.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a freebie, right? So why not? And so we bring those into the market.